the thrilling adventure of Junebug, the heroine with the strength and wings of an Eponus insect. On tonight's episode, Junebug finds herself the unwilling guest of the Entomologist, a man she once considered her mentor. Let's see what sinister plans the Entomologist has in store for our heroine.
Head pounding. Can't move my arms or legs. Must be in some kind of restraint.
Hello, Miss Samsa. Or should I say Junebug?
Professor? What happened? Where are we? What's going on? Wait, you know who I am?
Please be calm, June. Yes, I know who you are. I've known for quite some time now. Unfortunately, when you came to me, I found an opportunity too good to pass up. I dosed you with a knockout gas that even your kind can't resist. And then I brought you down to my lair beneath City University.
Lair? You know, saying you have a lair doesn't exactly fill me with confidence, Professor. Why don't you just help me get out and we can figure out what's going on together?
That wouldn't be prudent for me at this time. By the way, those restraints were designed for someone even stronger than you, so you may as well stop trying to escape them.
Fine. Why have you kidnapped me and strapped me to a machine? You know, the kind of thing a villain would do?
Yes. Unfortunately, my actions would seem rather malicious at this point. But I promise you, June, what I do for the good of all mankind. June, do you know how many human beings are on Earth?
What? Like 7 billion. Why?
Very good. 7.53 billion as of last year. 7.5 billion people. Millions without clean water. Millions without enough food. Millions living in fear of violence. And millions, billions, toiling in meaningless drudgery, numbing their minds with television, internet memes, and cell phone games.
So, what? You want to wipe out a chunk of humanity?
I thought about that when I was younger. But no, culling would solve some problems but leave others. No, you see, the problem is that our technology and society has left our evolution behind. Evolution as a process is supposed to ensure that those most adapted to their conditions survive. But evolution takes time, so much time. And our technology is advancing faster and faster at an exponential rate. Once we were hunters and gatherers fighting for our survival on a daily basis. Now the majority of human beings are cogs in a machine they didn't choose. Factory, office, and retail workers. Some still matter, the scientists and academics and innovators, the leaders. But the rest of humanity are drones, and they know it. But they feel trapped. We need the drones for our modern society, so our choices are we regress back to the tribalistic hunter-gatherer lifestyle. Of course, that wouldn't work with 7.5 billion people, so culling would be needed.
But you just said...
Except that we already said a culling was off the table. It would only delay the inevitable, and we'd lose the fabulous technology that the age has brought. So you find a way to make the drones satisfied with their lives. Could you think of any type of creature with a highly stratified society in which every member of the society is important?
Insects.
Exactly. Ants, termites, and bees, among others. They live in large groups and have highly specialized roles. A perfect model for modern civilization. You see, an ant worker doesn't get bored or regret its role in society. It just is. If we could only make the worker drones of human society as content, think how much suffering we'd remove at a stroke.
You need some kind of mass mind control. That's insane.
Don't call me that. I'm not insane. I'm before my time.
And what do I have to do with all of this?
Don't you see, June? You were the one who inspired me.
Jeez, it was just one class.
No, it was not just one class. When I was a young biologist, I studied genetic engineering, splicing the genes of one creature onto another, combining their strengths. My work was not well received. I was called a modern-day Mengele by some, a real-life Dr. Moreau by others. Faced with a future of struggling to find funding, I broke down and quietly switched my studies to entomology. It seemed like a failure at the time, but it was rather my best decision. I became a leader in the field of entomology. I was content. And then you came into my Biology 101 class. You asked such questions.
I was trying to come to grips with my powers.
Yes, of course. But to someone who didn't know, it sounded as if you were asking about insect-human hybrids. I thought that you were from the government, sent to spy on me. So I followed you in secret.
That's not creepy at all.
And when I saw you unfurl those majestic wings for the first time, it hit me like a lightning bolt. I had been right all along. Human hybrids were not only possible, they already existed. So I went to work. Using embezzled funds from the university, I created my lab here in the Forgotten Basement. I went to work on a serum that would create a human-insect hybrid, specifically a hybrid of Homo sapiens and Lucana cervus, or...
Stag beetle.
Very good. You did your research. Yes, I granted Stag Beetle his powers, and we've been working together to secure funding for my ongoing research.
Securing funding? You mean robbing banks and setting vigilantes against me? Wait, if you created Stag Beetle, did you change Lucas... Officer Van Helsing into that thing?
I believe it calls itself Hellsting. Yes, I needed to test out the next stage of my project. Genetically engineered...
Mind control larvae? Professor, you hurt a good man and put a lot of lives in danger, including mine.
No, he wouldn't have killed you. His controls would have stopped him and he'd have delivered you to me. But you defeated him and overcame the mind control in quite an ingenious and daring way. I must say that I was impressed. But having watched your entire career, I shouldn't have been surprised. You've always been more clever than you appear.
You have hurt people. And for what? Your research?
For the greater good, June. When my research is complete, I will usher in a new age where everyone is happy and content in their roles. No more pushing and shoving. No more scrabbling for resources. No more desperation. The vast majority of people will be content, and the rest will be free to advance human society.
So why the hybrids? It seems like you only need the mind control larvae.
At this stage, the larvae need more development. They are parasites, and they need to be symbiotes. I also need to tailor them to each subject, while developing a method to spread them across the world. All of this development requires research, which requires funding. So I create hybrids in the meantime and sell them to militaries in the underworld in order to fund my true research.
So your plan is to create more Hellstings so that you can perfect a mind control insect? That's not just insane, it's monstrous. I'm not gonna let you do this.
Unfortunately, you do not have the wherewithal to stop me. And what I do will help humanity. Isn't that what you do? Help?
I help by saving. By lifting people up. You're talking about enslaving people. Taking away what makes them people. If you just stop and connect with the people you're thinking about erasing, you'd see. Sure, there's sadness, but there's happiness too. Love and hope. These things are worth the pain. They are the things that make us people.
They're meaningless.
I can't believe that. And I don't think you believe it either. Professor, you taught me to love the magic of the insect world. You can learn to love the human world. It's not too late. With your genius, you could do something to better the human condition.
I am doing something to better the human condition.
Without taking away individuality. Professor, I'm the only one who knows what you've done so far. Just let me go. You can cure Lucas, and then turn your mind to something fitting, like curing cancer or something. Come on, Professor. What do you say?
The June bug optimism. Almost tempting. But no, June, I have my mission. I'm just sorry that you can't join me on it willingly.
You know I'm gonna have to stop you.
Stop me. Stop me. Junebug, I am in control here. I am the entomologist. Do you not realize you're just another insect pinned to my specimen tray? You are not going to do anything.
Stag beetle?
Junebug?
Yes, we all know each other's names. Let's get on with this.
Hey boss, I got those machines you needed hooked up in the next room. Good job catching the bug, by the way. Does that mean you're ready to start work on the Phase 2 serum?
Yes. With the equipment we purchased using the funds from your last endeavor, and some blood and tissue samples from Miss Samsa, I should be able to start synthesizing a Phase 2 serum. I'll get to work on it immediately.
Good, because those machines, they were heavy.
They're 1-ton gene sequencers. Of course they were heavy.
Yeah, but they, felt heavy. Like I was losing my strength, you know?
I'm sure it's all in your head, old boy. Regardless, I'll get to work on the Phase 2, and soon your fears will all be in the past.
Good.
But we should probably keep Miss Samsa alive for now, just in case. Could you watch her while I work, Brian?
Brian?
Stag beetle to you! Sure, boss.
Good. I'll get to work.
Brian?
Shut up, Bug.
Sure, Brian. If you answer some questions, why are you working for him? And what is Phase 2?
I ain't telling you nothing.
Yeah, you probably don't actually know anything. After all, you're just dumb muscle, aren't you?
Dumb muscle? Lady, I'll have you know, holding the city for ransom and setting Postmaster General against you were my ideas. I may got the muscle, but I ain't dumb.
So why commit crimes for the entomologist? Why not keep the cash for yourself? That'd be the smart thing to do.
You know what? Fine. It doesn't matter if you know. We're probably gonna get rid of you when Phase 2 is finished anyhow. You see, I was an enforcer when this professor type comes up to me. I was about to roll him when he told me that he could give me powers. Color me intrigued. I agreed. Next thing I know, he's injecting me with the serum. I pass out, and when I come to, this guy.
You're like that. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? This is awesome.
Awesome? You have horns and a carapace.
I know, right? And I can bench press an armored car and bounce 9mm rounds off my chest. Before, I was just a thug. One out of hundreds. Now, I'm the Stag Beetle. I'm unstoppable. Problem is, Phase 1 ain't permanent. Boss said it may last a few months, it might last a decade, but eventually it would fade, and I won't be Stag Beetle no more.
And Phase 2 is permanent?
Supposed to be. Boss said it's a germline edit or something. It'll last forever, and if I ever have little stag beetles, they'll have powers too.
So all the things you've done, the people you've put in danger, is just so you can have powers? Do you even know what the entomologist is planning on doing?
I know. Don't care though.
He's going to hurt millions.
Billions. It don't matter. As long as I get mine, screw the rest of the world.
That's such a sad way to see the world.
Listen, lady. First thing I ever learned is that no one's looking out for you. So you gotta look out for yourself. If you had looked out for yourself instead of sticking your head where it don't belong, you'd be free right now. What the hell?
That's my parents. They're going to get suspicious if I don't answer.
Fine. Make them not suspicious. And no funny business. I don't want to have to go flatten your folks.
Junie?
Hey, Mom. What's up?
I just wanted to hear how your meeting with your old professor went and remind you that we're doing family dinner at Martin's tonight.
Mom, you know I hate Martins. Besides, I'm with a friend. You know, the one who looks like me. I'm going to have to take a rain check on family dinner.
Okay, Junie. I'll see you later.
Bye, Mom.
Good. Sounds like she didn't suspect a thing.
Meanwhile, in the home of Eileen and Jefferson Samsa.
Jeff, I think Junie is in danger.
You mean danger isn't Junie? No, that doesn't sound right.
I'm serious. She said she hated Martin's.
Her favorite pizza place?
And she was blowing off family dinner to hang out with a friend.
When is our daughter blowing out family dinner at Martin's for anything less than a hostage situation?
Exactly. She said she was with the friend who looked like her. Who could that... Stag Beetle! Jeff, I think Stag Beetle kidnapped our Junie.
That no good thug. Good thing my girl wears a uniform under her street clothes, huh? Okay. The GPS on her phone is activated.
The GPS says she is... underneath City University?
Let's just go get her.
No, that'll just put us in danger. And Junie in even more danger trying to save us. We can't send cops for the same reason.
Hey, how about Postmaster General?
No, that team up will have to wait. We need someone stronger and faster. And I have just the right person in mind.
Sometime later, in the entomologist's lair.
1,217 bottles of pop on the wall. 1,217 bottles of pop. Take one down, pass it around. 1,216 bottles of pop on the wall.
Bug.
1,002.
Shut up.
I'll stop singing if you let me go, Brian.
No way.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes, when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming.
What is this infernal racket?
Is that it?
Phase 2 serum, yes. We'll need to test it before you take it, though.
Fine. Actually, I know the perfect test subjects. Let's go grab the bug's folks.
That might work. They'll be worrying about her anyways. And I've determined that her heritage comes from her father.
You monsters.
You brought this on yourself, bug.
Yes. If you were a willing partner, we could find someone else to test phase 2. And stop trying to break free. You'll only hurt yourself.
No! I will not let you two hurt one more person!
Admirable. But as I've stated before, you are powerless.
I'm not powerless! I'm Junebug!
Impressive. But you're still alone against the two of us.
Boss, the ceiling. Something's coming through.
Not alone. Not anymore.
What does the arrival of former Detective Lucas Van Helsing, now known as Helsting, portend? Can Junebug defeat the combined forces of Stag Beetle and the Entomologist? Find out next time, in the season finale of The Adventures of Junebug.
This story is copyrighted by Five Fire Monkeys Entertainment with a license from Teacup Condor Publishing. All locations are fictitious and similarities to people is purely coincidental. Listen next week to see the shocking conclusion of The Adventures of Junebug. The part of Junebug was played by Katie Seuthe-Ruiz. The Entomologist was played by Justin Sooth. Tune in next time for more from The Adventures of Junebug. This has been the Nerd News Social Broadcasting System.